Yeah, the Fed rate hikes are biting the economy.
The Fed makes a move in an effort to avoid a recession. And tonight at 5, we break down how this will impact your wallet.
Plus, trial is set for the former elected official accused of murdering a longtime journalist, when evidence in the case against Robert Tellis will be presented to the jury.
And breaking ground to train Metro's best friends, the canines. Paulina Butska takes us inside the new facility and shows us what goes into training a canine.
Now, 13 Action News at 5, on air and streaming live.
Well, borrowing money just got more expensive. Thanks for joining us. At 5, I'm Trisha Keene.
And I'm Abel Garcia. In an effort to help tame inflation, the Fed raised interest rates by 3/4 of a point for the 4th time in a row. And I spoke to homeowners who say they continued hikes are making it harder. Herman Cochrane says he is stuck.
Haven't got one offer. Yeah, not one.
He tells us he put his home on the market about 3 months ago and has not been able to get a buyer to sign on the dotted line. He blames a continued increase in interest rates, which is raising the monthly mortgage rate for some buyers by up to $800 a month.
We even thought with, them assuming our loan at 2.99 would be a big incentive, but so far, still no bites.
Founder of New Home Experts Jennifer Graff says Cochrane is not alone. She says as a result of the interest rate hikes, the number of homes on the market has gone up about 123% from this time last year, with about 80. Graff says although borrowing money is more expensive, buyers do have a bit of an advantage. She expects interest rates to go up again, so it's important to look at your options.
And your credit cards are also impacted by this interest rate hike. According to Bankrate, the average American is carrying a balance of $6,200. And following this hike, if you're making only the minimum payment, the cost of interest has increased by nearly $1,600 since the start of this year. And get ready for higher rates on auto loans. Financial experts say the average rate on a 5-year new vehicle loan is about 5.6%, up from 3.8% at the beginning of the year. That's already an 11-year high, and it may increase to 6% with the Fed's move. All right, time now for a check on the weather.
And we are seeing winds of change in the forecast. And Trisha, once we see this change, I love to see your beautiful coats when you bring those out. You always look so good in them.
Well, thank you. I actually broke one out today. Kevin, I'm using my faux fur.
Kevin, thank you. Tonight, a trial date has been set for the former Clark County official accused of killing local investigative reporter Jeff Gehrman. Robert Tellis' trial is scheduled to begin on April 17th. He's pleaded not guilty to a murder charge and is being held at Clark County Detention Center without bail.
Our in-depth coverage of the Clark County Public Administrator's Office continues tonight with internal emails that detail an office in turmoil.
It's the latest in a 13 investigation into what went down in the county office in the months after Jeff Gehrman's articles were published and the days after Robert Tellis was arrested for Gehrman's murder.
This is a fraction of the more than 100 pages we obtained. The same information Jeff Gehrman requested and planned to use in what would have been his continuing coverage of the Public Administrator's Office. The emails shine a light on a public office struggling to do the public's business.
Darcy, thank you. And a somber reminder of the dangers of impaired driving. About 100 signs attached to mile marker posts along Kyle Canyon Road today. And each November, Stop DUI, Metro Police, DUI victims, and other memorial signs are posted to bring awareness to this major issue. Officials say it's all about informing thousands of motorists visiting Mount Charleston during the holiday season. The signs display the names of victims who were killed by drivers who were impaired.
We can't rest on our laurels. We can't take a break. Drunk drivers never take a day off. They work overtime on the holidays. And so we need to do the same thing. So we need to keep the awareness up, and we need to continue putting forth every effort that we possibly can to keep people safe.
Officials add this also provides some semblance of solace to the victims and their loved ones.
With less than a week before Election Day, attorneys for the Republican National Committee are accusing Clark County of unfairly staffing polling locations. They've activated a lawsuit against the county over what they call an imbalance. Now, according to the RNC, the election board is required to provide an equal number of board members to verify ballot signatures, but has appointed more Democrats and nonpartisan members to fill positions than Republicans. A hearing on the matter was held today in Clark County District Court, and a judge is expected to issue a ruling tomorrow. And our election coverage continues online. From candidates to ballot measures, many people will have their eyes on the Silver State. For more information on all things elections, just go to our website at ktmv.com/nvelection2022.
An investigation into a number of businesses at the Boulevard Mall continues. Officers from a number of law enforcement agencies raided a handful of stores yesterday. Joe Moeller has more on what people are saying happened inside the mall.
The Attorney General's office tells us that the raid focused on the seizure of counterfeit goods that could pose a threat to the health and safety of Nevadans. We spoke to one man who says he had his concerns.
Shoppers and people working at the Boulevard Mall were in shock Tuesday. This is video shared with Channel 13 Wednesday of the raid that took place in a number of stores. You can see officers inside. Confiscated bags of items were taken to a U-Haul truck outside. One shop owner who asked to not be identified says it has to do with the selling of prescription drugs and knockoff designer clothes. This photo showed what it looked like after law enforcement left.
I've been a customer.
Matthew Walberg says he visited one of the shops called the Pharmacy.
New at 5 tonight, a driver speeding and weaving in and out of lanes, nearly causing crashes on the 15, has been arrested by CCSD police. According to the department, the man told officers he, quote, drank some vodka. Officers say they recovered a bottle of Amsterdam during a search and that the driver failed a sobriety test.
Tonight, the Valley is remembering Tina Tintor and her dog Max, killed in the fiery crash involving former Raiders receiver Henry Ruggs a year ago today. Police say Ruggs was driving over 150 miles per hour, crashing into Tintor's car near Rainbow Boulevard and Spring Valley Parkway. A mural was created near the crash site in Tintor's honor. And since the crash, Ruggs has remained under electronic monitoring. His hearing date has been delayed 6 different times, but a new hearing date is set for February to determine if there is enough evidence to take the case to trial.
Well, still ahead tonight, live at 5, she is an expert in bowling, where the Las Vegas Aces head coach is taking her talents.
Plus, riding back to convention capital of the world. We take a look at what's new this year at the SEMA show at the Convention Center. We'll be right back after the break.